Hello, you wonderful soul. Yes, especially in these times of tremendous rising energies and the associated tremendous change, we are often confronted with ourselves on one hand, but on the other hand, we can also reach unforeseen heights. And what that specifically means for us, I will address here. Exciting topic, stay tuned. My name is Riedel. I've walked the shamanic path for nearly 20 years, initiated into the traditions of the Incas and the Blackfoot. To better understand the whole thing, I would like to give you an image of what it means when the universe has big plans for us. Imagine your ego, your self-consciousness is like a little child, and your soul consciousness, takes this little child by the hand and sets off on a great journey, similar to running a marathon. And the objective of this marathon is essentially to live your destiny, to fulfill your full potential, so to speak. Then imagine that the soul or your soul consciousness naturally knows the goal, your destiny, where you fully unfold, and that's where your soul desires to guide you. And then there exist two scenarios that are possible, that this child, your ego consciousness, either sits down or lies down, screams, does not want to proceed any further, and simply desires to remain there, that it is just so cruel and does not want to continue the journey anymore, and so on. And yet this soul remains with the child and continues to hold the child's hand. Or there is the option that you still go along, even though you may have fears, even though you may have doubts, even though it may sometimes be very exhausting and may sometimes feel too fast, you still go with your hand almost holding onto your soul and let yourself be guided by your soul. This image is exactly what is currently intensifying upon us. That means, are you truly ready to listen to your soul, to the call of your soul, and to walk this path to truly live your destiny, your potential that you carry within you? Or you simply lie down and don't want to keep going, but then you also simply don't move forward either. And this image precisely describes where many find themselves, and you can choose for yourself who you want to be. You have the option to either go along, trust, or lie down and choose not to proceed any further if you don't want to. Just to stick with this image for now, many wish that someone, for example, with a magic wand would come and instantly free them from the current situation and just drop them off at the finish line of the marathon without really having to walk the path. And applied to our lives, this implies that we desire to believe that there is a shortcut. I am aware that I frequently desire a shortcut, and I would like to provide you with two examples at this point in time. Imagine if there was a pill that would allow you to become healthy instantly, without requiring any effort or action on your part. And that's exactly what many people wish for. Or you might see in an advertisement someone claiming that you can make $1 million with just $100 without having to do anything for it, without having to worry about it. All you have to do is simply pay these 100 euros to them, and then there is this dubious system that promises you that it is indeed possible. And you want to believe in that shortcut at that moment. And the fact is, there is no quick way. In order to maintain good health, individuals need to develop and maintain healthy habits consistently throughout their lives. And the same naturally applies to financial freedom, that first a financial awareness needs to develop to be able to handle money differently, to be able to handle money well, and above all, of course, to develop a different feeling towards the subject of money, which is closely linked to awareness. To genuinely be free at this moment, to achieve spiritual freedom or liberate oneself, many individuals also have a desire for an alleged instant experience. Either an individual lays hands, conducts an initiation, and then all tasks are fully and automatically accomplished without any manual intervention. Then you won't have to worry about anything anymore. Then you are enlightened. Then you have freed yourself. However, the truth here is that it requires continuous, persistent effort over the course of years to gradually free yourself on all levels and then address those issues that may stand in the way of your ultimate liberation. And then you're also able to change and transform them step by step. And that is a process of change where there are naturally resistances, setbacks on one side. On the other hand, of course, there are also new insights, new abilities constantly alternating, and your consciousness assists in changing gradually. And that process also takes time to unfold and integrate. And I would like to provide you with a fresh image. Envision that you have the ability to compare your progress to the growth of grass on the exterior. If you observe this grass daily, you may feel like the grass isn't growing, even though it actually is. And now it also applies to you that you then believe little or no progress is being made by yourself. But if you look at this meadow, maybe 2 weeks later, or perhaps 3 weeks later, you will indeed see how tremendously this grass has grown. Many are just too impatient and want to arrive tomorrow at best. And I can already tell you, the grass doesn't grow faster if you pull on it. Everything needs its time to grow. And there are various other influences at play, over which we often have no direct control, leading us to sometimes feel like we are on the wrong path, experiencing setbacks or taking wrong turns, and perhaps giving up too soon. And now I want to encourage you, stay in trust, hold on to your vision, and also hold on to the belief that together with the universe or the Great Spirit, you will definitely achieve your desires, your goals, and all that you aspire to in the beautiful journey of life. And that is the first major impulse that I want to impart to you here. Imagine that time and the universe are working for you and not against you. Many individuals feel that time, the universe, or the Great Spirit is working in opposition to them, and if they are not quick enough, then the entire thing will not come to fruition. But if you simply stay in this calm, in this primal trust, that's something you can train yourself to do, and I would like to invite you to just allow it and let go of control. It's to be left to the Great Spirit or to the universe how it manifests your future, because many individuals desire it precisely in that manner, in the variation, in the trajectory that you have also charted for yourself. But the universe or the Great Spirit works differently, because then you are also confronted with the things that are blocking your way, and that's why there are these detours. Keep faith. The universe and time are diligently working in your favor and for your benefit. Yes, and then it's important to also look at the lessons when challenges arise, to then learn from that precisely and possibly even readjust oneself if needed or deemed necessary. Because on the way to manifestation, you might also realize, as I have observed with myself, that there are moments of darkness that you may not have been conscious of previously. And then you can still make corrections or readjustments to the entire thing, and in the worst case scenario, even generate a new vision. Because what I have noticed, what presently hinders our progress the most, is our internal critic, who consistently desires to diminish you, evaluate you, or amplify the errors that occasionally occur, portraying them as larger than they truly are, and then pushes you into a victim mentality. And if you want to liberate yourself, it is about listening to these voices of the inner critic, but then reducing their influence, to inquire within afterwards, what actions can I take in my present circumstances to overcome this challenge? Or what knowledge do I need to acquire? Or what skills do I still need to learn in order to achieve my goals and overcome this obstacle that stands in my way of personal growth and success? However, if you now desire a major change or want to achieve something in life that goes against your current situation, for example, if you say, I have been single for years, feel lonely, abandoned, or if you are perhaps in financial need and wish for nothing more than financial abundance, prosperity, maybe wealth, to enjoy your life in freedom, for example, to live on the beach, in the mountains, or maybe in the forest, or maybe just to have more time for yourself, or maybe to spend more time with your loved ones, relatives, friends, depending on. and you don't have to constantly worry about what's next. Yes, and the truth is currently that in your current present consciousness, you will continue to attract this lack if you don't look at why you have this lack in your life. And the key is not in the mind, but the key lies in the mystical realm of the world of emotions, the world of images. And that's why I can ask you a very specific question to delve deeper into that. What emotion arises when you gaze at your present situation or envision an even greater one at this very moment? For instance, if you don't have a partner, you might feel lonely, or you could be experiencing financial lack as well. If you allow yourself to delve deeper into that right now, what specific feeling arises? Make an effort to give it a name, and that is the so-called current state which you now truly visualize and become aware of. That's what many try to run away from or prefer to suppress. And by doing so, they cannot change or solve the situation. And if we now go to the other side together, for example, the desire you have, let's say you are on a dating site, looking at the photos and see exactly the partner you wish for. Or maybe you're considering things that you would like to be able to afford, but currently you cannot. And then, in order to be honest with yourself, why do not you allow yourself to have exactly that which you truly desire and deserve? So within, to experience a deeper sense of inner self now, I suggest allocating yourself additional time. Because initially you might think, yes, that's clear, I want that, and why, there's no obstacle. But if you truly delve deeper and are truly honest with yourself, then there is an instance within you that does not allow you to access abundance, that does not allow you to attract that dream partner into your life, because you may have a feeling within you or a belief connected to it that you truly do not deserve it. This is fundamentally our primary wound that we carry deep within us, firmly believing that we truly do not deserve it in any way, shape, or form. Either to live in abundance or to have a relationship, a partnership on equal terms. Because that is how you learned it. And that is completely normal. That is the current state. And now I want to take one more step with you, because your environment also plays a big role in this. Your environment, which you have established in your life thus far. And this environment reflects the ideas and expectations of the role you have fulfilled up to this point in time. And if you really want to totally transform yourself, to genuinely lead a completely different life, then it might just be that your environment will not be able to handle the profound changes you're making. And then you may find yourself faced with headwinds, potentially even encountering misunderstanding or other obstacles that hinder your progress and prevent you from moving forward. So that also plays a substantial role. Perhaps it is even the circumstance that your environment has opted for you as the chosen one. You have been like an energy filling station for your environment up until this point in your life, because you have not learned to prioritize yourself and your needs, your desires, and your goals. It is possible that your environment may even require it and continue to anticipate energy from you in the form of assistance, in the form of simply listening, or just being constantly available whenever your environment feels that you need to be there. The following point is, what many also do not know is that if you truly desire to change, many individuals simply do not have sufficient energy available for themselves. And the important thing is also that your inner critic still wants to convince you that if you want to keep this energy within you and not let it go, for instance, you would then be a bad person, that you would be too selfish, or that you wouldn't be worthy of living your life the way you want, because it may be that deep inside you have a program that might want to tell you that only if those around me are doing well, then only after that can I also be doing well and experience fulfillment in my own life. And I want to reiterate at this point that change is something very normal, something very positive, because our consciousness wants to expand. If we did not change anymore, it could simply happen. If you lead a life that is day in, day out, always the same, with the same routines, nothing changes anymore, that you simply become unhappier without knowing it, and maybe even experience a sense of meaninglessness without knowing exactly why it is happening. That is the reason why change is a part of life, a part of the process where the soul desires to lead you to your destiny, to ultimately free yourself, to live yourself, to demonstrate the core you carry within outwardly without truly holding back. And then it can also happen that over the course of life, your values, along with your orientation and sense of purpose, change as well. And that's completely normal because we are in life cycles. So every person has different life cycles. And when one life cycle is completed, you may want to integrate new values into your life thereafter. For example, transitioning from adult status to elder status. When we are in that transformation phase, typically around 49 to 55, big shifts often occur that are completely normal, that suddenly everything that was important to you previously is no longer as important, and then other things take more precedence. For example, instead of constantly accumulating material possessions to be even more successful, that instead of wanting to arrive more within yourself, you desire to liberate yourself and live more fully as your authentic self. Perhaps you may even desire to embrace additional spiritual values, or perhaps even aspire to embark on the shamanic journey for yourself. All of this can simply occur, and then to select this new direction and to remain faithful to yourself today and extremely significant regardless of what others think of you, that is frequently the major challenge. If you suddenly want to live something different now than what you have lived before, what others will think of you is often the major obstacle to actually implementing it. And this is all part of the change, part of this transformation, this process where you gradually learn more, freeing yourself from these limiting inner and outer patterns, situations, people, or even beliefs in order to expand your understanding and embrace new possibilities. And only during the journey do you acquire an increasing amount of access to this novel world, which slowly materializes and discloses itself further and further in the external world. And through this connection, you also obtain more confidence in yourself, self-confidence, because you have evidence externally that everything has changed in the right direction, but everything takes its time to unfold and develop. And here I would like to provide you with a particular suggestion that it is truly of fundamental significance to consistently concentrate on your vision, so where you desire to go, and also to liberate yourself from and decrease that fear-inducing energy that prevails externally. In order to significantly diminish the news, individuals, or situations that contribute to the promotion of this fear, to stay more connected with you and your vision. So here, establish a connection with your vision every day as well. Be grateful for what you have achieved, even in the small things in the external world, similar to how grass grows inch by inch. And just like that in your life, you should express gratitude for these small things that indicate your life is moving in the correct direction. Over the years, in my shamanic work, I have also learned that everything builds up step by step, and you naturally first learn to free yourself from these heavy energies, as I always say, and learn to keep your energy with you. By strengthening your vision in parallel, or even activating your vision for the first time, because many may not have a vision yet, but as you tap into your strength and can maintain your energy within you, only then does self-confidence come, and your vision will grow as you continue on your path. Yes, those were my thoughts on this topic, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to pass it on to others or share it. And if you want more inspiration or insight into my daily routines, just follow me on Instagram. The link is down in the description. Until next time, bye then. Ciao. Goodbye.